This is what's going on. Every once in a while we got to do a Canada
So
check-in.
just so people understand, our Canadians understand this, but our Americans don't.
I don't understand. I don't pay
I'm saying
attention to this
Americans
shit.
don't always get that there's no legally coded free speech in Canada.
Gotcha.
Right, we don't have a First Amendment in Canada.
Well, this is what she's up to right now. It's some lady. Is the
are
person
up to?
trans too?
The city, they're non-binary.
Okay. Well, it looks like a girl to me. It's like a Chinese lady.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, Ryan. I don't think you've been following things.
There's a guy cooking around my building with a mask on right now, and then he was like my age, and it was just like, what are you doing, buddy?
I mean, sometimes I'm just like, maybe he has some crazy health.
You have to give him the benefit of the doubt, and you go, yeah,
I mean,
guess.
dude, at this point, to wear a mask, everybody, for most people, either like, okay, you're sick or crazy. So you're like, it is hard to
I
wear
think
a
it's,
mask,
or you have a
kinda.
crazy girlfriend or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's see.
Don't they all?
It enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI+ community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully.
Okay, so the crazy one is offensive remark.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
You go, you want to criminalize?
Protest is funny too, but
yeah, you can't protest or whatever. That's
they've already been doing that with the truckers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't agree with it, but you're like, offensive remark. You're talking about the maybe like most easily offended subset of people.
Yeah.
You're like, and they're like, you now are criminalizing an offensive remark with a fine of up to $25,000.
And I mean, even just looking at this thing, you go, there's someone behind her dressed like a fucking clown.
Yeah.
And they got some little like fat kid sitting beside her.
He's also dressed like a drag kid.
Yeah. You go just already looking at it. You're like, there's
like the only
I feel
time
like it's funny.
yeah.
How do you not see this and make a couple of comments?
For sure. The problem
do you think
is
you get snitched on though? Like you're telling your buddy, you're like, kind of looks like a clown. And they're like, they bust down the door like, get him.
I mean, that's what it's going to be like when everybody's spying on each other like Soviet Russia. And they're like, the government's like forcing everybody to spy on each other.
The Key and Peele sketch for the things dripping down the thing. It's everyone having to watch this, and they just come out with increasingly like the one clown, then the one drag queen comes out on stilts, like literally, and everyone's just like. And the first person to laugh, like the SWAT team comes down from the ceiling and gives them the $25K fine.
Dude, there's a chick who looks like a fucking
the fucking one girl behind her is a step away from wearing a fucking unicycle.
Dude, the whole thing is like, it literally looks like a freak show. No offense. I mean, it's what everybody's thinking, though. It's what every sane person is like. This looks like a fucking freak show.
Someone comes up, like trying to protest, and she squirts the flour in her face. Dude, this one, it's so funny.
The flour in her face, but it's all fucking hormone replacement serum.
This is the kind of thing I expected when my ex-girlfriend was a fashion stylist, and this was her world, like this kind of stuff. And when I would go to like a fashion event, this is what I expect people to look like. You know what I mean? And you go, okay, that's their world or whatever. But when you see like a stuffy like a
fucking provincial it's literally a provincial press conference in Ontario. To be like, hey, we're proposing this bill. And like the sad part is like it's not like, I'm sure the bill won't go through. Hopefully. Maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe some people in Canada are like, what are you talking about? It will for sure. But like it's definitely like might go through.
I don't know. Yeah, probably will.
And you're like, okay, so.
But the other one that people were getting fired up about, that's like, that's pretty funny. There's a couple things that Trudeau does. And then we'll move on from Canada. But like, he did, so basically they were saying like there's too many white kids in the gifted program. They have gifted programs. So basically they said that like to make it more fair, they're going to make gifted program a lottery. So then they basically said you have to sign up for the lottery to get into the gifted program, right? And then basically still only too many white kids signed up. So then they basically said, okay, we're going to have the black lottery first and then a white lottery second for the spots, right? But then they were supposed to do the black lottery and then the people that don't get in the black lottery get put in the white lottery.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't do that. So then it became an outrage. Like they didn't put enough black kids in the white lottery. And then basically, but the whole thing boils down to they have a gifted program that's smarter kids, but it's just randomly chosen.
I mean, is there a minimum entry requirement?
I guess they're trying to say it's like, well, no, these people are just getting the better treatment or whatever. But it's like there's a literal gifted program, and they go, oh, this person's smarter than everyone, so they put him in this thing. Whether you can argue whether or not that needs to exist or whatever, but like it is funny just having a gifted program. It's like, and then it's the gifted class. Like, how do you get in the gifted class? Like they pick names out of a hat. Like, and that was one, so that's one good one. And then the other one is Trudeau basically they're doing this like dental plan, right? And then the dental plan, they're like, we want to have like a free dental for everyone, right?
Yeah.
But they made the dental plan so good that it's better than people's normal dental plans at work. So then everyone switched from their like work dental plans to get this free dental plan because it's actually a better dental plan than most people have at their job.
Okay.
So then it was supposed to cost like $40 billion, but then it ended up costing like $200 billion because everyone just switched because it was better.
As always.
And then, but like, he gets to go, and then his take on that is going, to do speeches and be like, this is why we have the best dental plan in the world. Like we have such good dental plan. It's better than all the normal dental. Like he gets to brag.
But really, like, we can't afford this.
Yeah, but also like, why wouldn't everyone just do it? Like, so basically every workplace would be like, yeah, we don't do dental anymore.
Yeah,
because,
we
like,
don't do.
the one you get for free is better.
From
Yeah,
the government. Yeah.
But it's just like, yes, it's so funny, right? Anyways, that's the Toronto section.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even against the dental plan for people who need it, but I mean, that is a fucked up thing to not offer it, or to a degree. But yeah, that's not surprised that old Turdo fucked that one up.